ready?
Yeah.
To start with, what's the first word to say? How you open the video?
You say hi.
Hi! Hi YouTube, Cityside75 here, and I'm joined today by...
Alexepic693. Yeah!
Yeah. And we're here today because Alex and I are going to do a little video looking back at the game Mortal Kombat 3. Now Alex, he's grown up kind of spoiled. And what I mean by that is that he has had a Mortal Kombat 3 arcade machine in his house pretty much as long as he's been playing games for. So he doesn't know what those of us that were playing the game back in the day had to go through, which is we could play the game in the arcade, but then when it came out for the home systems, it wasn't always, I mean, it certainly wasn't the same, and it wasn't always quite as good. So what we're going to do today, it's kind of hard to see it from the perspective if you've lived through it, but Alex has never played really the Super Nintendo or the Sega Genesis versions of Mortal Kombat 3, but he's played the original game quite a bit. So we're going to start off with a round or two of the original game on the arcade, then we're going to switch over to the Sega Genesis, and then we're going to switch over to the Super Nintendo. And Alex is going to share with me and with you his feelings about which of these games is better, which ones he likes better, you know, how things compare from a fresh set of eyes. All right, so go ahead.
And I have a comment about what you just said about me being spoiled. Ouch.
All right. All right, so we're going to go ahead and turn the camera around now, and we're going to put on first the arcade game and have a round of that and just talk a little bit about, you know, Alex's time playing Mortal Kombat 3 and our arcade machine and all that.
We're back. Like, no time has passed, but really for us, a lot of time has passed.
That's right. And we're going to start off here with Midway Arcade Treasures 2. This is basically the arcade version of Mortal Kombat. And actually, I forgot to say earlier, but if you can see us in the picture-in-picture here, Alex is playing with the Capcom 15th Anniversary Street Fighter 6-button arcade pad, which is awesome. And I am playing with the Capcom 15th Anniversary Street Fighter arcade stick, which is
awesomer.
Maybe even more awesome. Yes, I agree. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw in a few rounds here of Mortal Kombat 3. So let's go ahead and start. Go ahead and hit start on yours. All right. Who's your favorite player or your favorite fighter to go as?
I don't know. I can beat the athlete.
Okay, so remember with him, it's a low kick. If you hold that down, that's what does the...
Okay, so which...
Low kick, which is... Yeah, that one right there.
What? 1, 2, 3. I'm
going to let you do it. Great. All right, now it's time to show the boy how the game is played. Okay, so... Again, like I said before, Alex has played this game many times. We have an arcade machine outside. It's a multi-cade, but it's got the button configuration for Mortal Kombat. All right, come on, do something to it here.
No!
So this is really the only version. Come on! Oh, I didn't do it. Okay, so Alex, you said that Mortal Kombat 3 is your favorite Mortal Kombat game, is that right? You've played all of them?
No, not
well, you played 1, 2, and 3 at least.
I just pretty much know the controls for this one, so that's why it's my favorite.
Okay. One time we had a party, remember this, Alex? It was for my 40, or no, his mom's 40th birthday. And I remember I taped, was it $1? I taped $1 to the arcade machine. I posted $1 on the arcade machine, and I told the kids, that anyone that could beat me over the course of the evening would win the $1. And the $1 stayed up there probably until 10 o'clock, 10:30, something like that.
And this young girl beat him.
Yes, and then I did get beaten by you.
Wait, I can get it.
Oh! So, Alex, do you ever beat your dad at Mortal Kombat?
Sometimes, I guess.
Sometimes, as in never?
No, sometimes.
sometimes it exists in a different planet. Now, you have beaten me occasionally, maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we've played a few rounds of Mortal Kombat 3, the arcade version, this is the one that Alex is familiar with. Now we're going to switch over to the Sega Genesis version, and we're going to play it on the Xbox here. So we're going to use these same controllers, and we're going to be playing it emulated. But it's going to be the Sega Genesis version, and we're going to get Alex's thoughts on how he feels like it compares to the real arcade. All right, so let's go ahead and cut over to that now.
Are the controls the same?
Yes, the controls are set up exactly the same. All right, so here we go. Okay, so go ahead and hit start. And I'm going to go with Cyrax again. So right off the bat here, you can see the graphics don't look quite as good as they did before, do they?
Yeah, and the sound effects sound so retro.
Retro, that's one good way of saying it. Now, part of the reason the graphics don't look so good here is because this system couldn't show as many colors on the screen at once, and I think you can kind of see that. It's not as colorful. Oh, but he's going right with the cheap player. Oh, man, okay. This is where he thinks he gets cute. The moves transfer over, that's for sure.
I beat you up and didn't fall.
Okay, alright, there we go. Come on, Cyrax. No! Oh.
No!
Yes!
No!
That was close, though. I'll give you that. So, at the time that this version came out, this system was getting kind of old, and a lot of people thought that this system, they shouldn't even try to make it for this system anymore. I think it still plays pretty good. It may not look very good, but I think it still feels pretty close to the arcade, don't you think? I mean, the way it plays, you can feel similarities in the controls. What do you think?
The controls are exactly the same.
Exactly the same. See, that's good.
Not like the sounds and the graphics.
So now, next we're going to play after this, we'll play a couple more rounds here. But then next after this, we're going to try the Super Nintendo version, and I'll be curious to know which one you think is better of the two. Because that was always the controversy back then, is which system was better, the Super Nintendo or the Sega Genesis?
I am here to answer that question.
All right.
Chico. Come on.
I love this effect right here. Now, in the arcade game, this effect is way better, but watch this. See ya! Only a few rocks in this version. In the arcade version, those rocks are all over the place.
No, wait. Just wait. Which one's the again?
Hold down that. See, yeah, that one right there.
The black one?
Uh-huh. But you don't push any direction when you let go of it. You gotta hold down longer. I kind of let you do it.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Or it's Cyrax.
Dang it.
I like the sound. It's got the voices in there.
Sound good.
No, they sound kind of like they're underwater. Oh, but there's that guy, Mr. Toasty. He still shows up.
He's Toasty.
Yep.
He's in black
He was in
and white.
black and white. That's right.
Why can't he be in color?
Because this system couldn't do a lot of colors, so that was the limitations they had to work around.
No, what?
Oh, nice. Okay, let's see if I can pull it off. Oh, I didn't do it. So now, if you were a kid in the 90s and you liked the arcade game, the one that we played earlier, and then your parents brought you this home for Christmas because you wanted Mortal Kombat so bad, would this have satisfied you? Would you have felt happy that you had this one?
Probably, because I wouldn't have to go, because like the controls are still the same and the amount of fun doesn't change.
There
Just
you
like
go.
the graphics and stuff.
And so you still feel like it's as enjoyable.
Yeah, because like I wouldn't have to wait in a long line to play it. I just have to like turn it on.
Right.
Then I have Mortal Kombat right at my home.
And then you can start playing it with your family and friends and all that kind of stuff too. That was what was good for me, was my family probably would never have played Mortal Kombat.
Oh, what?
Like my dad, but once we got the one we could bring home, then he started playing it. Okay, well, come on, stop that. Alright, let's see if we can pull it off here. No! Alright, okay, so now we're going to switch over to the Super Nintendo version. That's the version that I had when I bought this game, because I had a Super Nintendo at the time. And you're going to tell me how you think it compares to this version, and then, of course, to the arcade version we played originally. So we'll be back in just a second. Okay, we're back again. Here, take your controller. And now we're back playing the Super Nintendo version. Like I said, this is the version that I had I had a Super Nintendo when this game came out, and I was pretty happy overall with this version. So let's go ahead and fire this up here. It happened. Okay, so what are your thoughts so far on this version compared to that last version?
It's still pretty good, and the first guy is in black and white, and he's bigger.
So, but what do you think compared to that last version? So you think this one has better graphics than that last version? Here, sit back a little bit.
And the sounds are better. The sound quality better.
See, the thing about the sounds on this one though is that they sound really muffled to me.
Yeah, I know that was the foot, and like it's not as good as the first version we played.
Yeah,
but still better than the last version.
So you like this version better? Because this was the one that most people said was the better version of the two. Okay, come on. Oh. Still can't get that move. So when the two games came out, most people said that they thought the Super Nintendo version, the one that we're playing here, is the better version. So do you think you agree with that for the most part? Oh, here, hit start.
Wait,
yeah. This is the Super Nintendo version that we're playing now.
And then we're comparing it to the last
Sega Genesis version, which is the last one that we played, and the arcade version. So
this one's better than the last one.
You think so?
Yeah, and do you think you can get to do that move by the end of the video?
Which move? Oh, my finishing move? Let's see. Let's see if I can give it to you right now.
No!
I can't remember any of the controls.
I want to do a friendship.
Yeah, good luck.
Friendship.
Do you remember how to do that?
No, I just wish I could. Friendship.
Almost got you a flawless victory.
Oh. No! I was doing good. I
You
still
were.
have more health.
Was. Oh! No! All right.
It's okay.
Can't live with that. This is for all the marbles, as they say. Oh! When it's needed most, that's when he comes through in the clutch.
No!
All right, let's see if we can pull it off. No, he still can't pull it off. All right, let's go ahead and call it there. So, Alex, from the eyes of someone that has never played any of these systems before or played this game on those systems and has just played the arcade, you say that the Super Nintendo version is better than the Sega Genesis version. Is that right?
Yes.
And why? Just give me a real quick reason again why you like the graphics better on the Sega.
Because on
the Super Nintendo.
Because they just look better.
Mm-hmm. And then which way did you like the sounds better?
You're being that guy.
Yeah, we're not gonna play again. After we turn off the camera, we'll play again. So, and then what about the sound effects wise? And sounds of music? Which one did you like better, the Super Nintendo or the Sega?
Actually, the Sega.
You thought the Sega was pretty good for that? And then, of course, the arcade, you could see the clear difference with the arcade being better than both.
The Sega's the arcade is the best.
The best, for sure. All right, well, there you go. There's a insightful review from tell them how old you are.
A 10-year-old.
10-year-old. An insightful review from a 10-year-old. Hope you enjoyed watching this. If you enjoy watching this, we'll do some more videos looking at some other classic games and giving our thoughts about them. Thanks for watching. Oh, and Alexepic693, his description will be... a link to my channel. Link in the description, as they say. As they say like this, a link down here in the description.
Down into my ground.
All right, good job.
Yeah.